Have you ever wondered what it truly takes to ignite an unquenchable spark between you and your partner? To create moments that are so powerful, they leave you both breathless, wanting more, and feeling an unmatched connection? Today, we dive deep into the secrets behind the most electrifying forms of intimacy, moves and gestures that make every touch, every glance, a powerful expression of desire. Whether it's the art of tease and denial or mastering the perfect hair pull, each one of these techniques holds the power to elevate your connection, not just physically, but emotionally. This video isn't just about learning techniques. It's about understanding the psychology behind each move, why they work, how they make her feel, and how they build anticipation in ways that leave her craving more of you. We'll also be exploring subtle and not-so-subtle cues that transform ordinary moments into unforgettable experiences. But don't just take my word for it. Each one of these tips is backed by real insights into human desire and connection, making them practical, powerful, and highly effective. Stick with us until the end because each section builds upon the last, crafting a journey that you and your partner will never forget. And trust me, you're going to want to catch every moment, because the final technique ties everything together in a way that is sure to leave her feeling closer to you than ever before. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, I encourage you to click the subscribe button and ring the notification bell to stay updated on all our latest content. I'm eager to hear your thoughts on today's topic. If you enjoy the content, please comment 1 below. If it doesn't resonate with you, leave a 0. Your feedback is crucial as it helps me create better videos that align with your interests. Now, let's get started. Number 1. The art of tease and denial. Picture this. The room is thick with anticipation, and every glance exchanged, every breath you both take, fuels an electric tension that pulses between you. You're in that heightened, intimate space, and she's right there, poised and eager for what she thinks is next. But instead of giving in, you take a step back, letting the charged energy build. Your fingers graze her skin ever so lightly, sending shivers down her spine. Or maybe you lean in close, letting your breath warm her ear as you whisper a few carefully chosen words that stir her soul. Her eyes meet yours, burning with unspoken longing, and you can feel her desire ignite in the air. That's the power of tease and denial, the secret dance of pushing and pulling, creating a symphony of anticipation and restraint. This tactic isn't just about delaying the physical, it's about captivating her mind, too. By holding back and savoring each second, you're allowing her to savor the thrill of what's to come. Psychology tells us that our brains light up with novelty and the unexpected. By drawing out every touch, every kiss, you're crafting an experience that feels new, tantalizing, and just out of reach. A game that leaves her craving not just your touch, but the very essence of your presence. The beauty of this approach is that you're not just building physical tension, you're unlocking emotional intensity. Each playful restraint, each moment you hold back, builds an almost unbearable anticipation that makes her feel like she wants you more than she's ever wanted anything in her life. Imagine this as a roller coaster of emotions where every peak and dip heightens her senses, making each subsequent touch feel like a release she's been waiting for all night. And when you finally allow that dam of restraint to break, the release is nothing short of euphoric, a culmination of every teased moment that came before. But be careful, teasing is an art, and its power lies in balance. It should be playful, tender, and filled with an unspoken promise, not something that leaves her feeling frustrated. Pay close attention to her body language, the way she leans into you, her breath becoming heavier, her soft pleas or whispered requests. These signs are her way of letting you know she's ready for more. So, take her to the edge, let her feel the rush, but always deliver. Let your tease be a crescendo, a build-up to something unforgettable, something she'll remember and long for again and again. Make her want it, no need it, until the moment when you give in, and the intensity of that release binds you closer than ever before. Number 2. Mastering the art of hair pulling. Hair pulling may carry an edgy reputation, but when done with sensitivity and purpose, it becomes an art that deepens intimacy, intensifies passion, and speaks volumes about desire. This isn't an act of mindless aggression. Rather, it's a calculated gesture, one that plays on the delicate boundary between power and tenderness. The art of hair pulling is rooted in controlled intention, a signal that says, "I want you," deeply and fully, without uttering a single word. It's a powerful yet intimate move that, when done right, leaves a lasting impression and creates a new depth of connection. The technique itself is deceptively simple but crucial. To achieve the effect you're looking for, avoid pulling at the ends of her hair, which can be uncomfortable or even painful. Instead, gather a small section of hair near the scalp, where it's thickest and most resilient, allowing for a controlled yet firm hold. A gentle but assertive tug here allows for an entirely different sensory experience, one that tingles through her whole body and awakens each nerve ending, making her feel your presence with undeniable intensity. Done this way, hair pulling becomes less about the pull itself and more about how it makes her feel, vulnerable yet cherished, desired yet safe. The allure of this gesture goes deeper than physical sensation. It taps into something primal, something buried in our nature that transcends words and logic. The act of hair pulling is tied to ancient instincts of attraction, echoing back to our most unfiltered, unguarded selves. There's a part of us that craves the untamed, the bold declaration of desire, and hair pulling, done thoughtfully, speaks directly to that side. When you take hold of her hair, you're telling her with a silent intensity that you're fully present, that you're captivated by her and unafraid to show it. And for many women, this act triggers a thrill, a rush of excitement that combines a feeling of being deeply wanted and wholly seen. Yet the power of hair pulling doesn't come from force alone. It's about balance, finesse, and sensitivity to her reactions. To turn this gesture into a masterpiece of intimacy, blend it with touches of tenderness, weaving a dynamic that keeps her guessing and amplifies her desire. After that initial firm tug, soften your grip, letting your fingers trace down the nape of her neck, brushing her skin lightly as a whisper. Lean closer, letting your breath warm her ear, perhaps placing a kiss along her shoulder or at the base of her neck. These contrasting movements create a rhythm of anticipation, an interplay of strength and gentleness that heightens her senses and keeps her mind and body on edge. It's a dance between intensity and softness, a powerful contrast that makes each moment feel alive, unpredictable, and charged with tension. When you combine this firm gesture with gentle touches, you create an atmosphere of suspense and allure that envelopes her, drawing her further into the experience. This is the art of giving and withholding, allowing her to feel just enough to make her crave more. The rhythm becomes a silent dialogue between you, where every touch, every look, says more than words ever could. It's an invitation to explore a side of passion that feels as timeless as it is profound. And in this space, you allow her to connect not only with you but also with parts of herself that might otherwise remain hidden, desires that yearn for release in the safety of your embrace. Hair pulling, in this sense, becomes more than just a technique. It's an emotional experience, a bridge that connects the raw, physical side of attraction with a deep, emotional aspect of connection. It's an acknowledgement of her trust in you, and in return, of your responsibility to make each sensation meaningful, controlled, and safe. Pay attention to her cues, to the way her breathing shifts, the way her body responds. If she leans into you, closes her eyes, or shivers beneath your touch, you know you're creating something unforgettable. You're building an intimacy that isn't about the move itself, but the meaning and care behind it. Ultimately, hair pulling is about creating a memory, a moment that stays with her long after it's over. A memory that she can recall with a smile, a shiver, and a feeling of being deeply wanted. It's a testament to the idea that intimacy thrives on contrast, on blending power with vulnerability, strength with tenderness. When you master this art, you're offering her an experience that's bold yet gentle, wild yet thoughtful, an experience that says, "I'm here, and I see you, every part of you," in a way that words alone can't capture. And when done right, it leaves her wanting not just more of you, but more of these profound moments, these experiences where passion meets respect, and desire meets connection. Number 3. The art of the firm grip. Imagine this, a subtle yet powerful gesture that silently communicates desire, confidence, and an undeniable intent. It's the art of wrapping your arm around her waist and drawing her close, or placing a firm, steady hand on her hip, guiding her movements in perfect sync with yours. This isn't just physical contact. It's a declaration, a way to show her, without words, just how deeply you want her. And believe me, she'll feel it. If you are still watching this video, and find these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Why is a firm grip so captivating? Because of how it makes her feel. In a world where she's often required to be in control, where she's navigating life's demands and challenges with poise, there's something incredibly freeing and exhilarating about being held firmly by someone she trusts. That solid touch allows her to let go, even if just for a moment, and feel desired, protected, and utterly captivated. A well-placed hand on her lower back, for instance, can send a message that speaks directly to her heart, grounding her in a sense of security while igniting a spark of raw, passionate energy. It's not just about the physical sensation, it's about the quiet confidence in your actions that says, "I've got you," and that's something she'll remember. When you hold her this way, you're offering her a feeling of safety, wrapped in a layer of unfiltered passion. The sensation of a steady hand guiding her, drawing her closer, is like a silent symphony of desire, one that builds anticipation and strengthens connection. It's about being assertive yet respectful, confident yet gentle, knowing that the right amount of pressure at the right moment will make her heart race. But remember, this is an art that requires reading the room, tuning into her reactions, and ensuring that she's comfortable. A firm grip should never feel overbearing. It's meant to be a gesture of strength tempered with care. When you perfect this balance, a firm touch becomes more than just a move. It's a feeling she'll crave again and again. It's about creating a safe space for her to feel your desire in its truest form, a combination of confidence and care, strength and warmth. This small yet profound gesture, when done right, can transform an ordinary moment into something electric, something that leaves her breathless and longing for more. Number 4. The thrill of pinning her hands. Now, let's dive into a gesture that taps into the exhilarating dynamics of trust, vulnerability, and surrender. Pinning her hands is a move charged with intensity, but it's also deeply rooted in respect and mutual desire. This isn't simply about physical restraint, it's about creating a space where she can surrender in your arms, feeling both vulnerable and safe, a balance that many find incredibly arousing. When you gently pin her hands, you're inviting her to let go, to step into a role of trust, one that heightens the thrill of the moment and deepens the connection between you. To start, softly take her wrists and lift them above her head, pressing them gently down. This move is best when you're face to face, perhaps during a heated kiss, where every touch, every breath, fuels the intensity between you. The beauty of this gesture lies in its ability to elevate the experience, turning an ordinary moment into something unforgettable. Keep in mind, however, that this move requires you to be incredibly attuned to her responses. Gauge her reaction. If she's into it, you'll feel it in the way her breathing quickens, in the way she leans into you, arching her body closer to yours. If she's not comfortable, she'll let you know, and it's essential to respond accordingly. This isn't about control in the traditional sense. It's about the emotional release that comes with letting go, the deep satisfaction of being in a trusted partner's hands. Psychologically, it taps into the excitement of surrender, allowing her to relinquish control and immerse herself fully in the moment. For many women, this sensation is incredibly alluring, bringing a feeling of release and freedom. And knowing that she's in safe, respectful hands makes the experience all the richer, all the more unforgettable. But with this move, as with any intimate act, consent is key. The power of pinning her hands lies in mutual trust and understanding. It's the unspoken communication that lets her know you're there to make this as fulfilling for her as it is for you. By respecting her boundaries, you create a dynamic where trust and passion come together seamlessly, turning each encounter into something deeply memorable. When executed thoughtfully, pinning her hands becomes more than just a position. It's a gesture that allows both of you to explore new depths of connection, passion, and vulnerability. It's a shared experience, one that transcends the physical and touches on something much deeper. When she feels seen, respected, and desired, she can surrender fully, knowing she's in the arms of someone who values every aspect of her being. This dance of trust and desire, surrender and safety, makes every touch, every glance, a moment that she'll remember long after it's over. Number 5. The lip bite temptation. There's something undeniably intoxicating about the perfect lip bite, a subtle act that embodies passion, desire, and vulnerability all at once. It's the fine art of dancing on the edge of playfulness and hunger, and when executed flawlessly, it can send shivers cascading down her spine, awakening every inch of her body. But remember, it's not about aggression. It's not about biting down hard or drawing blood. Far from it. This move is about teasing, a delicate, almost ghost-like nibble that whispers, "I want you, and I want you right here, right now." Start by locking lips with gentle, soft kisses, letting her feel the warmth of your lips and the tenderness of your intent. Build the tension slowly, savoring every second of closeness, and just when she's most comfortable, when her guard is down, her eyes are half closed in the bliss of the moment, gently catch her lower lip between your teeth. Tug softly. Watch her eyes. If they widen with desire or if she instinctively pulls you closer, you'll know you're doing it right. There's a fire in her eyes that will speak louder than words, telling you that you've ignited something deeper. Why is the lip bite such a powerful turn-on? It's the surprise, the intensity, the raw spark of spontaneity that it injects into the kiss. It's an interruption, a small disruption of the rhythm, turning soft, languid kisses into something primal, something electrifying. It's a signal, a promise of things to come, of boundaries pushed and inhibitions lost. A lip bite takes something sweet and turns it into something that edges on the wild, adding an undeniable element of thrill that makes the connection feel more intense, more passionate, and more real. The secret is in the gentleness, in the slow build-up, in the restraint. Always gauge her response. The key lies in reading her, in understanding her every cue. If her breath catches, if her body arches toward yours, if she's craving more, you've unlocked one of the simplest yet most intoxicating ways to amplify the heat, to make every nerve in her body come alive. Number 6. The firm spank. Now, let's talk about spanking. Let's be real. This move is a classic for a reason. It's mischievous, it's daring, and when executed with care, it can be an incredibly potent gesture that stirs excitement and longing. Spanking isn't just about physical sensation. It's about anticipation, the delicious uncertainty of not knowing exactly when or how, and that's what makes it so thrilling. It's the promise of something a little naughty, a break from the norm that excites the senses and stirs emotions. Start slowly. Don't rush into it. Let your hands wander, caressing the area gently, building up that electric anticipation with every stroke. Let her feel the warmth of your palm, the tenderness of your touch. Build up the tension, stroke after stroke. Let her know you're there, you're in control, and when the moment feels just right, when her body is relaxed and her trust is in your hands, deliver a firm but playful spank. Not too hard, never aggressive. It's about creating a sensation that's both surprising and pleasurable, a sensation that jolts her out of her thoughts and brings her fully into the moment. There's an allure in spanking that's rooted in contrast, the jolt of sensation followed by the soothing aftermath. It's that perfect blend of a little sting and a lot of pleasure, an edge of sensation that flirts with the boundary of comfort but never crosses into pain. It's the rush of endorphins, the unexpectedness, the feeling of being taken off guard in the most delightful way. But remember, this isn't about brute force. It's not about smacking her as if you're trying to prove something. It's an art. The pressure should be firm enough to be felt, but soft enough to let her know it's still all about her pleasure. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Always follow up with something gentle. A tender kiss, a soft caress, something that tells her you're attentive, that you're there with her every step of the way. Communication is everything. It's in the way her body responds, the way she moves against you, the sounds she makes. If she loves it, you'll feel her leaning into you, craving more. If she's unsure, adjust, change the rhythm, ease the pressure. The goal is always her comfort and her pleasure. It's about creating a perfect balance between naughty and nice, between playfulness and tenderness, a balance that leaves her feeling exhilarated, cared for, and utterly craving more of you. Number 7. Biting and nibbling. From the gentle graze of a soft nibble on the earlobe to the exhilarating sensation of a daring bite along the collarbone, biting and nibbling can transform an ordinary moment into an electrifying, mind-blowing experience. It's an intimate dance, a delicate balance between desire and restraint, passion and tenderness. The key is in the approach. Start slowly, teasing her senses with your lips, feeling the tension build as you gradually press your teeth into her skin. It's not just the act itself, but the anticipation, the way you make her feel as if she's standing on the edge of desire, wondering what's to come. Always remember, this isn't about causing pain, unless she explicitly craves that intensity. It's about awakening her senses, making her skin come alive beneath your touch. Why does biting and nibbling work so well? It's all about the tantalizing boundary between pain and pleasure, the suspense of never knowing whether the next touch will be a kiss or a bite. It's about stimulating the deepest, most primal parts of the brain, the part that craves both safety and thrill, comfort and a challenge. A well-placed bite can send shivers down her spine, a shudder that spreads through her entire body, leaving her breathless. Her skin erupts in goosebumps, each hair standing on end, as if every nerve is awake and reaching out for more. There's something raw, something deeply primal about this. It's a connection that goes beyond words, that taps into the instinctive, animalistic side of intimacy. To truly make her feel it, mix it up. A slow, sensual kiss followed by a playful nibble, then back to a gentle suck on her skin, always leaving her unsure of what's coming next. The unpredictability is intoxicating, keeping her on the edge of anticipation, where every second is charged with electric tension. Focus especially on the neck and shoulders, some of the most sensitive, vulnerable areas. Approach them with care, with reverence. Watch her reactions, her breathing, her moans, the way she arches into you, and let her body tell you if she craves more or less intensity. Number 8. The rough make-out session. Sometimes, the tenderness of a soft caress simply isn't enough. Sometimes, what's needed is a raw, passionate make-out session, a fiery clash of lips and limbs, a whirlwind of emotion that leaves you both breathless and wanting more. A rough make-out session is about losing control, giving in to the overpowering desire that draws you both together until nothing else matters. It's pushing her up against the wall, kissing her like it's the last kiss you'll ever share, with hunger, with desperation, with all the emotions you've kept locked away. It's letting your hands roam, tangling your fingers in her hair, pulling her closer until there's no space left between you, until your bodies are perfectly pressed together, fitting like two halves of the same whole. Bite her lip, kiss her neck, let your hands explore her body. Let the heat between you set the pace. Let the chemistry take control, until you're both dizzy with it. There's something incredibly intoxicating about a partner who is so consumed by desire that they can't help but lose themselves in the moment, when passion is so powerful that it breaks through all restraint, leaving behind nothing but pure, unfiltered want. This kind of kiss is unscripted, spontaneous, it's real, and it's thrilling because it's imperfect. There's no thought, no planning, just raw chemistry sparking between you, creating something so intense it almost feels unreal. And yet, through all the wildness, the urgency, there's still connection, the unspoken awareness of each other's needs, even amidst a storm of heated kisses and frantic touches. It's like a dance. Sometimes you lead, sometimes she leads, but you're always moving together, always in tune with each other. Why is this kind of passionate make-out session so irresistible? Because it's the opposite of calculated, the opposite of rehearsed and polite. It's about feeling wanted, about being desired so intensely that your partner can't hold back. It's about losing yourself in the heat of the moment, about being swept away in a wave of emotion so powerful it leaves you trembling. It's messy, it's chaotic, it's far from perfect, and that's exactly what makes it perfect. It's a reminder that passion is not always neat and controlled. Sometimes it's overwhelming, consuming, and beautifully flawed. And that's what makes it real, that's what makes it unforgettable. The feeling that, in that moment, nothing else in the world matters but the two of you, wrapped up in each other, feeling everything without holding anything back. Number 9. Dirty talk done right. Words, they hold a power that is often underestimated, a power capable of evoking emotions, igniting passion, and deepening intimacy. In the bedroom, the right words can become a catalyst for a kind of connection that is not just physical, but intensely mental and emotional as well. Dirty talk, when done right, can elevate an encounter from pleasurable to absolutely unforgettable, creating a bond that intertwines desire with vulnerability and lust with genuine affection. But it's not about mindlessly stringing together a list of explicit phrases. It's about understanding the nuances, knowing what to say, when to say it, and how to deliver it in a way that makes her feel desired, cherished, and utterly captivated. Dirty talk is most effective when it's authentic, when it's a true reflection of the emotions coursing through you in that very moment. It doesn't have to be elaborate or poetic. It just needs to be real, and it needs to come from a place of deep, raw feeling. Start slow, ease into it, and let your words flow naturally. Compliment her, but infuse those compliments with a sultry undertone that conveys the passion simmering beneath your surface. Let her know how much she turns you on, how incredible she feels under your touch, how much you crave her, and don't be afraid to let the heat rise as the intensity between you both builds. Whisper your deepest desires in her ear, let your lips brush her skin as you tell her what you want, and ask her what she wants in return, creating a dance of words that brings you closer with every breath. Why do women crave this kind of verbal intimacy? Because dirty talk engages the mind, the most powerful erogenous zone of all. It paints a picture, sets the scene, and immerses her in the fantasy you're both creating together. It's about more than just sex. It's about feeling desired, feeling the depth of your longing, and knowing that she has the power to make you lose control. The words themselves matter, but so does the tone, the pace, and the delivery. Speak slowly, let your voice drop to a deeper, more seductive register, and let every word drip with longing and desire. Let her hear the need in your voice, the way you can't hold back, the way your want for her consumes you. Dirty talk isn't just about you expressing your thoughts, it's a shared experience. Encourage her to respond, to express herself, to let her own desires spill into the open. It's an invitation to be vulnerable, to be completely honest about what feels good, what she craves, what she needs from you in that moment. If you're nervous about what to say, start simple. Whisper how beautiful she is, how much you want her, how incredible she feels beneath your touch. Tell her that you can't get enough of her, that every moment leaves you hungrier for more. As you become more comfortable, the words will come more easily. They'll flow from the depths of your emotions, enhancing the intensity of the moment, creating an atmosphere of unfiltered passion. Remember, dirty talk is about creating an atmosphere of excitement, about using words to add another layer to the experience. It's about both of you getting lost in each other, letting the words blur the line between reality and fantasy, and allowing every whispered desire to bring you closer, to make her feel adored, cherished, and profoundly wanted. It's not just about physical pleasure, it's about connecting with her, mind to mind, heart to heart, creating a memory that's etched not just in the body, but in the soul. Now that we've walked through these incredible techniques for deepening your connection, I want to know, what did you learn today that you can bring into your relationship? Was it the art of tease, the importance of reading her body language, or perhaps the thrill of the perfect lip bite? Let us know one thing you learned that you're going to put into practice in your own life by commenting below. If you liked this video, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Together, let's continue exploring how to build lasting, fulfilling, and passionate connections.